you know, like when it comes to your diagnosis, when were you diagnosed? And then just kind of, was there some like signs or things you felt beforehand that like, you had thought about or you felt different about or just like change your experience growing up?
So I was diagnosed rather recently. It was January of this year, but all my life I was told that I was cruel, manipulative, cold, heartless, that I was mean to people. And I never understood why I felt the satisfaction of being mean to others, of purposely having these power dynamics with people, of being so jealous, of feeling like everything was a competition. I just didn't understand what was happening. And I went to psych after psych after psych, and no one was giving me any answers. And I was like, I don't know, something's wrong with me. And then in 2020, I got diagnosed with a different personality disorder, borderline personality disorder. And shortly after, I was in a relationship with a narcissist, and I didn't have the diagnosis at the time. And that was a very abusive relationship. And after that relationship, I was basically broken and shattered. And I was like, I need to go to therapy. I need to heal. And I need to take therapy seriously. And so I've been in therapy for about 2.5 years now. And just recently, my psych, who's a specialist, evaluated me, and she was like, you do meet the criteria for NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. And so that was a tough pill to swallow at first, because it was like the person who abused me also had the same diagnosis. And it was like, am I really that bad? But not everyone with the same disorder acts the same or behaves in the same way. And so that was something that I had to process and come to terms with.
Yeah, and I like that you said like, really try in therapy, right? Because that's the only way that stuff is going to work is when we actually want to be there or try to be better, try to just figure out what's going on with us and what's wrong with
Yeah.
us.
I mean, a lot of people enter therapy thinking like, okay, if I go to therapy, everything will be better. But it's like you can't just go there for an hour a week and expect these magic changes to occur. You have to do the work outside of therapy too. You have to listen to what the therapist says and apply those skills and do that in motion in everyday life instead of just going for the hour talking to them and just saying, okay, I did it. That's not how it works. That's not how you get better.
With that disorder, was there like early memory, like one of the earlier things you can remember that you experienced that was like, oh, I feel
Yeah.
different because I'm either not reacting the same way or my perspective isn't as the same as everybody around me.
So I'd say it was late middle school-ish. My best friend's mom called my mom and it was like, "Your daughter is so mean to my kid all of the time, and she's constantly crying, and I don't know what to do anymore." And that happened a few times. Where like my friends' parents would like call my mom and be like, "I don't know what to do anymore. Like your child is being really mean." And I didn't understand. I didn't get it, and I would justify it. And my mom was like, "Oh, that doesn't sound like them." And but in reality, that's what I was doing. And so that pattern like happened very early on. I'd say as early as like 12. That's when I started being like mean. And it was a way of gaining control and trying to take back my power. And I thought that was how to do it. I felt like expressing vulnerability or love or positive emotions made me weak or a bad person. So instead, I tried to manipulate others and use fear to gain their affection and to gain their approval.